It starts with a vibration in the middle of the night. Your phone lights up on the bedside table. A verification code you didn't request. You dismiss it, half asleep. In the morning, your battery is nearly dead even though you barely used your phone. Apps you don't remember opening appear in your recent activity. Your data usage has spiked. Then a friend messages you asking why you sent them a strange link. That's when the realization hits. Your phone isn't just glitching, something else is inside it. But here's the twist. There was no dramatic break-in, no warning, no single moment you can point to. Your phone was compromised quietly, over time, without you noticing. Across the United States and the United Kingdom, compromised smartphones are now one of the fastest-growing entry points for cybercrime. Law enforcement and mobile security researchers report millions of Android and iPhone users affected each year, often without realizing it for weeks or months. Smartphones hold everything: banking access, photos, work accounts, private conversations. That makes them the most valuable target you carry every day. Today, we're exposing how this works and what you can do to protect yourself. When a phone is compromised, it doesn't always mean a movie-style hacker takeover. In most cases, it means malicious software, hidden configuration changes, or unauthorized access that allows someone else to monitor activity, steal data, or control parts of the device. On Android, this often comes through malicious apps or side-loaded software. On iPhone, it's more commonly account-level compromise, configuration abuse, or rare but powerful exploits. This works because phones are trusted devices. You unlock them dozens of times a day. You approve permissions quickly. You connect them to everything. Attackers rely on that trust. They don't need to break the phone if they can convince you to open the door yourself. Here's how a phone typically becomes compromised, step by step. First, exposure. You receive a text, email, or message that looks legitimate. A delivery notice, a security alert, a missed call notification, a document to review. The link opens a website that looks real. Sometimes it asks you to log in. Sometimes it prompts you to install an app or approve a setting. Next comes installation or access. On Android, a malicious app may install itself with permissions that seem reasonable at first, like access to messages or accessibility features. On iPhone, attackers often gain access to your Apple ID or Google account credentials instead, allowing them to sync data, intercept messages, or restore your device remotely. Then, persistence. The compromise is designed to survive. The malicious app hides itself. The account access remains active. The phone continues to work normally so you don't suspect anything. Finally, exploitation. Messages are read, codes are intercepted, banking apps are monitored, links are sent to your contacts, data is sold or used for further scams. So, how do you know if this is happening to your phone? Start with performance changes. If your phone suddenly overheats during simple tasks, drains battery rapidly, or uses excessive data while idle, that's often the first sign something is running in the background that shouldn't be. Next, look for unfamiliar behavior. Apps opening or closing on their own, settings changing without you touching them, your phone lighting up or making sounds when you're not using it. These are subtle but important signals. Now, check your apps carefully. On Android, go through your installed apps one by one. Look for anything you don't recognize, especially apps without icons or with generic names. Pay close attention to apps with accessibility access, device admin privileges, or permission to read messages. If an app doesn't absolutely need those permissions, it shouldn't have them. On iPhone, check for unknown configuration profiles or device management settings. These are rarely needed for personal devices. If you see one you didn't install intentionally, that's a major red flag. Then, review your accounts. Check your Apple ID or Google account for unfamiliar devices signed in. Look at recent login activity. Review password reset emails. If you see activity you don't recognize, your phone may be compromised through your account rather than the device itself. Also, check your messages. If verification codes arrive when you're not logging in, someone may be trying to access your accounts and relying on your phone to intercept those codes. Real-world cases show how easy this is to miss. In the US, a freelance designer discovered her iPhone had been compromised only after clients received scam messages from her number. Attackers had gained access through her Apple ID, synced her messages, and impersonated her convincingly. In the UK, a delivery-themed text scam led an Android user to install a fake tracking app. Within days, banking notifications were intercepted and funds were transferred before the victim even noticed unusual activity. Another case involved a teenager in Florida whose phone was compromised through a gaming-related app. The malware spread links to friends automatically, turning the phone into a distribution point without the owner's knowledge. Why do people miss these signs? Because attackers exploit psychology. Phones are personal. People assume problems are glitches, updates, or aging batteries. There's also embarrassment. Victims don't want to admit they clicked something. That delay gives attackers time to dig in deeper. So if you suspect your phone has been compromised, here's exactly what you should do, step by step. First, disconnect it. Turn airplane mode immediately. This stops ongoing data exfiltration and remote control. Second, secure your accounts from a different device. Change passwords for your Apple ID or Google account first, then your email, then banking and social media accounts. Enable multi-factor authentication everywhere. Third, back up only essential data like photos and contacts, and only after scanning for malicious apps. Avoid restoring full system backups if compromise suspected. Fourth, reset the phone completely. On Android, perform a factory reset and reinstall apps manually from trusted sources only. On iPhone, erase all content and settings and set it up as a new device. Fifth, monitor closely. Watch for repeated login attempts, new verification messages, or abnormal behavior. If it happens again, escalate to your carrier or a mobile security professional. Compromised smartphones are becoming more common as attackers automate their tools and target everyday users, not just high-profile victims. The technology is evolving, but awareness is still your strongest defense. When you recognize the signs early, you can stop the damage before it spreads. Share this video with someone you love, and if you want more high-impact cybersecurity explainers like this one, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Stay aware, stay safe, and stay one step ahead.